They put on at my ring, y'all. The only thing that I dislike about my ring is that once I put water on it or anything, it just kind of slides off, you know. I'm not gonna say with ease, but I'm wondering if I should get it tighter. I don't really have any plans on, like, currently I don't have any plans on getting much larger than this because I'm already a plus size girly, and I try my very best to control my weight as much as possible, just because there is a lot of health problems run in my family. You get what I'm saying? And I really don't want that for me. Yeah, yeah, I really just don't want that for me. So I try my very best to just watch it, watch my numbers and everything. So yeah, y'all. My back is killing me. Ever since my car accident in 2022, and I've been in 3 car accidents, y'all. And trust me, I don't want a fourth. I don't want no more car accidents. But ever since that car accident, my back has been fucked. Like every day it's pain. Every day is pain. And I know some people pain tolerance is very low. My pain tolerance, I would say it's like, it's not super duper high, but it's not low either. So some pain I'll be able to tolerate. But like I know that it hurts because I can feel it. I feel it every single effing day. I literally feel it. Literally. I just be in so much pain. I can't sit for long. I can't stand for long. I can't, like, it's just, it's not super duper unbearable, because if it was unbearable, I'd be in the hospital by now. And I'm dead ass serious. I'd be in the hospital by now if it was unbearable. But it's not like unbearable pain, but still there's that pain. So gotta unpack this. Something has to be done. Like something has to be done. I don't know why. I thought I was gonna stay at the wrestling for like until 9:30. I only stayed like 30 minutes, 30, 40 minutes. One, my back was killing me. Two, general admission was like all the way in the back. Like, okay. It was, because remember, it's a club. It's a club that the thing is on. The wrestling was held. The general admission section is in the VIP section of the club, right? To the side. And then VIP for the event is closer to the ring. Y'all, one, I could barely see. Two, child, I could barely see. I could barely see. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel about wrestling. I'm gonna just keep it so G with y'all. I do not know how I feel about it. Like, would I go to see like live wrestling again, even if it's not midgets, for sure. But with those events, it kind of makes sense that you just pay the extra money to be up close so you can see like what is actually going on. As if not, it's just like you're gonna have to record it, you're gonna have to zoom in, etc., etc. So that was the case for me because I had to just had to record in what is going on? I had to record to see what the hell is going on, or else I couldn't see what was going on. Okay, just want to make sure this is working. Y'all, I'm trying to organize my makeup section because I'm still kind of up. Oh, let me show y'all the Alani that I was drinking earlier. It's peach Alani. Hold on. This is what I was drinking earlier. I don't know why I still have it. I still have it. But yeah, I have the slushy one left and I can't wait to try that. The peach one is alright. I kind of prefer Cosmic Dust, but I want to try the other flavors. I low-key feel like it's the Alani that's keeping me up like this. Otherwise, I would probably be so tired. Like, dead ass. So fucking tired. Oh, I got these today. Oh. These, the Rimmel one, I picked it up because I'm having my thingy stored. Foundation. And these are darker shades, so these should go so well with my thingy. With my concealers. This concealer is the darkest concealer that I have. This concealer is the color of my skin. It's like, I've never used concealer as foundation, but I probably should. Probably should use this as I've watched some tutorials with girls using with girls using concealers as foundation. They just do like a, it's not, they don't use it as foundation, but they just do like a full face of concealer. So what's going on, y'all? To the people that's here, what is going on? How are y'all doing? What is up? What's popping? What's popping? What's going on? I would like to know. I'm wondering if I should keep my foundations on top, my sprays on the bottom. Some sprays can't go on the bottom. I think I want to keep my foundations on top and my concealers. Everything else goes on the bottom, except for the sprays that can't go on the bottom. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna put my powders on the bottom too. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. I can't. I'm not gonna stay up for too long because I got stuff to do in the morning. But I want to make sure that this is organized. Last night I stayed up a little late after I came in, and I washed my dishes. I cooked. My husband fell asleep. I cooked, washed my dishes. I cleaned my bathroom. Well, I scrubbed the tub, cleaned the toilet. I need to mop the bathroom. But I stayed up for a good amount of time just doing what it do, baby. Like, just doing what it do. I need to organize my... Well, maybe I can have my lipsticks out now. Maybe my lipsticks can be on top. So let's see. I want to be able to see everything that I have. Like every single thing. Oh my God. On Facebook, on my timeline on Facebook, y'all, there is so many creators that have like their room. They have a whole makeup room. A whole makeup room. They have drawers of makeup. And they organize it. You get what I'm saying? But drawers, collection of makeup. This is probably good enough for me. Oh, speaking of makeup, so oh my God. Y'all remember BH Cosmetics? I think they're no longer like, I don't know if they're like out of business or whatever. But I remember BH Cosmetics stuff was so good. Especially their eyeshadow palettes. And it sucks that I don't know what the hell I did with my BH Cosmetics Carnival palette. That was so good. Now, like, if you want a BH Cosmetics palette, like, people probably sell it on, like, Facebook Market or, like, other places, but they'll probably charge you, a lot for it, because I don't think BH Cosmetics is still around anymore. But I was like, even P. Louise, I got a P. Louise base. P. Louise, they're still, I think they're still, running. They're still around. And I was looking at a palette to get from them. So, anyways, I've been seeing online, like, the dupes and stuff like that. Like, the different companies that they just do dupes. It's like their whole line is, like, run by dupes and stuff. And I look at their shades of like foundation. I'm like, damn, like I'm not the darkest girl, but I am a dark skin girl. And it's like, damn, they don't even have the foundation that will match me. Like I need something that's my shade, and the lightest that they'll have is like a caramel. And I'm not a caramel. I'm more like a milk chocolate. I'm not a dark chocolate, but I'm more like a milk chocolate. You get what I'm saying? So they don't have stuff. I think I'll put my primers at the bottom too. So it's like they don't have stuff for me. But if it should ever be to that point where when I'm living with my husband, like when we join together, because my husband have his own place, I have my own place. My husband is still living in Jamaica. I live up here in the United States. So if I should ever have my own makeup room and I have like drawers and collections of makeup, I want to be able to use every single product. Every single product. And I want to know, like, oh, this product look like this, or you know, like I want to be able to like know, to remember, like, oh yeah, or like know my faves and know everything about every product that I own. I don't want to have something that I don't know what it's about. You get what I'm saying? I think I'll probably put my lip stuff down here too. Okay, spray. This is a spray. This is primer. Said I was gonna put my primers down here too. I put my powders down here too. My translucent powders, my pressed powders, my loose powders. Yeah, I wanna be able to know. So I mean, like, yeah, having like a whole bunch of makeup is super duper nice, but I wanna be able to know every single I want to know I want to be able to know every single product that I own. Like, I don't want to just have it just to have it. Like this Milani palette, I didn't realize that my friend gifted me this Milani palette from like a long time ago until I bought a Milani foundation. And this foundation I used to go to that concert, Dark Angel, with Void and all of the other bands that came. And it was when I looked in my palette box, which is actually a Juvia's Place box. Because I ordered like a whole bunch of eyeshadow palettes from Juvia's Place, and they sent me like a whole box. And I just put all my eyeshadows, like every single eyeshadow, even though they're not Juvia's Place, every single eyeshadow that I own, I just put it in that box, right? The Morphes, the Milani, everything. And what was I saying, y'all? So I just put it there. She Glam. I can't wait for my She Glam foundation and stuff to come here. And I ordered my foundation in like a darker shade. I don't know if it's like super duper darker than me, but as a dark skin girl, and you know what? I can't just say it's just my shade only. I'm pretty sure that even professionals have such, it can be very difficult, like knowing the shade of an individual, even knowing the shade of yourself. You know, because you can get something that you think that's your shade, but it's not, or like the undertones is not the undertone that you imagine. Like imagine you're like an orange undertone, and okay, so speaking of, I'm still trying to understand the whole undertone and overtone thing, because I want to know my undertone and my overtone, because I thought that my undertone was like a orange. Like I thought it was an orange, and then I'm getting to understand that there's peach undertones, there's other kind of undertones. Like, do I sound silly? But I thought that like, because when I color correct, it's like an orange that I use. But then it's like, okay, I could be a yellow undertone, I could be a peach undertone, but I'm still trying to understand the undertone and the overtone thing. So, yeah. Oh, I have these loose powders, and I'm gonna put it in here. Should I keep my blushes on top? Should I do concealer, foundation, blushes? And then I want to put, oh, I wish I had a drawer to like put all my lipsticks and stuff in. Hi, how are you? How are you? What brings you over here on my side on this wonderful night? Amran Malik. Where are you from? What kind of name is that? I went to school with this guy named Iran, and then it's a crazy story. So a couple years back, a classmate of mine hit me up and was like, "You remember Iran?" I'm sorry to. Oh, you know what? But you remember such and such? Such and such is locked up because he assaulted a at worker. And I was like, what? They were like, yeah, you know, whipped. PIST, whatever, whipped a S worker. And I was like, what? Like, okay, he said I'm from the UK. Okay, which part? Nice to see you over here. This, what time is it over there? Yes. So that's what he told me. Birmingham. Okay, I have family over there, but you know, it's my mother's side of family, and I'm not really. I'm married and everything, and I don't really talk to my mother. Don't talk to my father. You know, whatever. Have my husband's family though. It's 3:05 a.m. What? So, oh yeah, so yeah, let me tell y'all the tea. You're an actress. I should be on a big screen. Maybe I should like start as an extra in something or like go take acting classes or something. But yeah, that's what I was told. And I looked it up and it was like it was real, you know? Like he actually did that. From I've known this person, you know, going to school and everything. This person was always kind of like this hype person, but because he's from Jamaican descent and I'm Jamaican, I kind of I know like I know the shreps. I know what's tea, what's good. So I'm like, okay. Like, you know, cuz us Jamaican people, we kind of have that about us where it's not bragging and boasting, but we know that we got it. You feel me? But I would say just the Islanders. You know what? F it. Just. But the Islanders, the Caribbean, people from the Caribbean, we have like this thing about us. So, I'm not saying that the Americans don't, but it's like a different kind of like, you know, like how the Americans will pop their shit. We be popping our shit, but different. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so he was like, yeah, let me put you on game. Let me tell you what's tea. So he did that. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Are you serious? I said not my friend. That's what I said. I said, not my friend. Like, are you serious? He did what? Girl. But this is to say that like even S workers have rights too, you know. But also in my head I was trying to understand like what made it get to that point, because from I've known him, I just don't know him as that person. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like I just don't know him as that person to ever get to that point. So the fact that he got to that point, I'm like, this is bigger than me. Yeah, I get you. Yeah, for real. I said this is bigger. You've been there. No, I've never been to Birmingham. I wouldn't mind, you know, visiting the UK. So I said, this is bigger than me. Like, I couldn't believe it. Because to do something like that and to spend the rest, I'm not going to say the rest of your life, but majority of your youth, or to risk your freedom, is wow. But also, I feel like, some people, like, they just weren't prepared for this world. Some people, like, going to school or whatever is so much different than actually being out here in real world and society. All that adjusting and things, thinking that you're gonna get rich overnight. And some people do, and some people don't. You get what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure he's fine because I know the kind of person that he is. But then again, what took place is like, damn, like, I didn't know that it would get to this point. But that's still my friend. Where was I from? He's American. Like, he was born here, I think, but his parents are Jamaican. And like, kind of like old fashioned Jamaican, like how my mom is. Go to church, work, do what you gotta do. It's crazy because I haven't thought about that in, like a while. Like, oh my God. Imran? Imran? My name's not. Oh, Imran. What? Are you serious? What? So, just to show you, like, how in a second your freedom can just go out the window like that. If you don't have any kind of self-control in life, if you don't have any kind of self-control overall, your freedom can be gone like that. And listen, I don't know about y'all, but I know about me. I like to be free. Mind you, I don't mind having attachments, like some people like to say. I don't. If I should push out a kid right now, I wouldn't mind. I just know that I got to take care of that kid. Well, me and my husband got to take care of that kid. I don't mind being married, but I love being able to go here, go there, as long as I know that, okay, money's around. If I'm not able to afford it, at least maybe I can foot the bill, or whatever, but be taken care of. I love knowing that. So it's crazy because you get out here in society, you're just, some people, they're not thinking like, oh my God, like, because they're thinking to themselves, okay, I'm gonna get rich, like, I'm gonna get this money. They're not thinking above and beyond that, like, oh my God, like, I have to go through these steps first before I get the money. They're just thinking, I gotta get it right now. I gotta get in the streets. I gotta get it right now. And that can F a lot of people up when they're in that mindset. And, I just really don't want to, I don't want to look at my friend as a bad person. I really don't. I really don't want to look at him as a bad person because sometimes it's just the situation that you're in and the decisions that you make. And some people, they're poor decision makers. And then also when you're on certain things, like if you should be on drugs, if you're like drinking alcohol excessively, those things can alter your perception, alter your mind, alter your decision making. You get what I'm saying? And hence, you're not making the best decision. And then some people, they're naturally just poor decision makers. And if you're a poor decision maker, I can see the Jamaican in you. You need money to be free. Um, yes and no, because guess what? You can walk to the park. You can walk to the park without no one saying that you can go. And the park is free. You can go to a store, even if you're not buying anything, just to window shop without anybody saying, yeah, you can go. That's what I'm talking about. You get what I'm saying? You're able to go somewhere and do things without getting the approval of someone else. Like, there's nobody necessarily controlling what you do. They're not babysitting you. So it's really just, it's kind of sad. That's a mental state. Yes, absolutely. But I remember being in a mental state where I was just like, and it was because I was young. Yes, I didn't make certain decisions. I didn't act on it. Because you have people out there that's impulsive, they'll act on it. But sometimes it's just being in, like, them thinking that this is life. This is life. You get what I'm saying? And that third eye, or that like realization, hasn't kicked in as yet. Like, you gotta give it some time to kick in. And but some people, they act on it and then they risk their freedom in their youth. You get what I'm saying? It's up to you to be free. Absolutely. It is. It is. It is. It is. But I remember being in that mindset because I've kind of been sheltered majority of my life. You know, my mom was always go to work, go to church. I was raised in church, all that. If I wanted to do something, if I wanted to get my hair, like if I wanted a certain style, or she couldn't, afford it or whatever. I mean, single mom of 3 girls, it's kind of hard. And I remember, like, when I was going to high school or whatever, like, and even when I decided to actually stop going to school and just get a job, I remember the mindset that I was in. I remember it. I remember it. Knowing him, I don't think that he would be stuck in that mindset forever. I think at a certain point of his life, he would realize that, oh my God, this is not life. You get what I'm saying? But it was because he was impulsive. Some people, they're very, like, they'll just act on it. They'll just act on it. And that's what he did. That's what he did. And that made it just, that was just very bad. That was very bad. That was very bad. Listen, if anybody out there is a poor decision maker, get a significant other or somebody that's gonna make the right decisions for you. Or if you're not sure that they're gonna make the right decisions, like, just kind of just sit in the back and just know that you're a dependent. You get what I'm saying? And just hang on for the ride. Like, just stick to whatever your parents' routine is. Stick to, because it's crazy to come out here in this goddamn motherfucking world and just to make the wrong decision and then your freedom is just gone like that. It's awful. Absolutely awful. And I feel so bad for him. I don't know what that girl did. Would you say you're successful in life? I would definitely love to be more successful than this, but in my nature, like currently right now, the most I can do is go back to school, or the most I can do is to get a higher paying job. That's the most that I can do. Because it hasn't really done. The most I can do also is just to sell these wigs. And just knowing, because they're synthetic wigs, just knowing that they're not going to really sell how I want to, but The most I can do is just take it day by day. Cause some people, they blow up and they become millionaires, billionaires overnight. But right now, I'm just sticking to like what I can do and just knowing that it's not the same anymore. It's not like I'm 18 years old or whatever, you know? I'm close to 30 now. It's a little different now. And you never know, maybe I'll get Colonel Sanders. I've heard Colonel Sanders wasn't really successful until he was like older, a lot older. So you never know what life might bring. But for right now, I can just do what I can do within my nature, whatever my body's saying, whatever God has destined for me. That's all I can do. I just feel so bad. Y'all don't understand how bad I feel. That my friends, literally my friends, my friend's life is just, I don't know what he's doing right now. I don't. I definitely know that he wanted a wife very early, and he wanted things like a lot early in life. And in his head, he was probably thinking about like, damn, how can I have like the dream life? Like, how can I, and I can do it fast. And because he's a Sagittarius, and I'm very familiar, even though I'm a Cancer, I'm very familiar with Sagittarius. I know how impulsive Sagittarius can be, just a sign overall, whether male or female. I know how, and he's a Sagittarius male. So I know how they can just act on stuff. Like with me, I can live in my imagination, and sometimes my imagination might pour out into real life. But I feel like I'm more so, well, over the years, I've become so very like practical that people might think that I'm an Earth sign. Um, but also because I was raised like around Earth signs. So my grandma, she was a Virgo, a August Virgo, like my husband. My mom, September Virgo, September 11th. My sister, she's a Taurus. So, I was like around very much that earth sign kind of thing. So maybe that kind of balanced me out in life. Um, but I know how my niece, my stepsister, one of my sisters is a Sagittarius. I've had about maybe two or three best friends in my life, they're Sagittarius. So I know how impulsive Sagittarius can be. Like they'll just act on it like everything in real life. And it can be it's so wild with the fire sign. I like Aries because Aries are, from all I've known about Aries, even though they're kind of they're more like me when it comes on to like home family and stuff, but they're kind of like, a little but I feel like Aries as a fire sign is kind of more relatable. But Aries, they're kind of weird too, where like they'll like people around, but then after a while they'll like withdraw, and it's kind of weird. It's just kind of weird. It just gets kind of like weird. Gemini, my nephew's a Gemini. I don't really have any thoughts on Gemini. I dated, a Gemini once. I don't really have any thoughts on Gemini. Geminis are cool to me. You know, they're cool. COL. They're cool. I don't have anything like bad about Gemini. Like I don't, you know. Yeah. They're alright. But Sagittarius can be so fucking like you gotta strap yourself in, baby. And you gotta be prepared for a wild ass ride. And you see, if they're not doing that, then they're involved in some kind of drama, some way, somehow. And I'm not really like about that because drama like really affects me so much. Like it will throw everything off for me. Damn, you're fire. It will throw everything off for me. The best sign that has worked for me is earth signs like Virgos. I can go long term with Virgos. Long term. Even though they kind of have their too, but it's not that bad unless they're like really really dark sided. But child, I'm over here going into zodiac signs and shit. But my longest relationships have been with Virgos. And some Virgos are, you know what, the Virgos that I've dealt with, even if they have, like, even if they're on the lighter side, eventually they're going to go to that dark side. Ciao. They just kind of turn, and maybe it's because I changed. I don't know. Wow. Oh, it's Libra season. My father's a Libra, but this is the thing with my father. So my mom basically did most of the work, like raising me and everything, and my sisters, even though I'm, you know, the only child for him on my mom's side. But it's like he wants to have the say so, but he don't put in the work. You get what I'm saying? And my experiences with Libra men, even though I consider them to be okay, my experiences with them has always been like they don't care. They don't give a fuck. They just always want to have to say so. They don't want to put even the only work that they'll probably put in is to actually collect a paycheck. Otherwise than that, they don't want to put any effort. And it's like, why would you have a child if you don't want to take on a financial responsibility? Yeah, you have a job to provide for yourself, but why would you it's kind of weird to me. I dated this Libra guy that was married, and I didn't know that he was married because we met at a club and we were mutual friends with one of my coworkers at the time. And I didn't know that this guy was married. I met him without his ring. Child. Without his goddamn ring. And where I went wrong at is I didn't cut it off. I'm not gonna go into too much details about that, but just to know how fraudulent, like how messed up they can be. And you see, if you do anything to them, they gonna be all loudmouth and shit, but they want to do whatever they want to do to you. It's kind of weird. It's weird. That's what I'm saying. Like Virgos are probably the only ones that I can. And I didn't even know that my husband thought he was a Leo. I always ask my husband, like, what's your sign? What's your sign? And he would be like, I'm a Leo. I said, what is your date of birth? And then he tell me August 20 something. And I'm like, you're a Virgo. I didn't even know that my husband was I didn't know that my husband was a Virgo. But so that sign I can, I lived with my mom for a good amount of time. Actually didn't really want to leave the house, I That's probably the only sign that I can say yeah. Unless another sign comes and change my mind. Cause sometimes you can't just go off signs, you know? Sometimes you just have to go off the person's characteristic, like the person themselves. Like, okay, what is this person showing me? What is this person telling me? Like, what is this person saying? What is this person saying to me right now? Sometimes I feel like I want to hiccup, but then again, it's like, let's pray for health and strength, y'all, because I would hate for anything to be wrong with me at this tender age or in life. I just want to be perfectly healthy. Feels like my heart is like skipping a beat or something. Maybe it's what I'm talking about. And this just goes back to what I'm saying. Like, this is why I separate myself from things that is not having a positive effect on me. And I know it sounds kind of crazy because it's like, well, life is not all glitters and gold and everything perfect. But then again, you can pick and choose who you want in your life. And majority of the times we have the say so to like what happens to us in life. Yes, accidents do happen, things do happen, but majority of the times you are the author of your life. You're the author of your story. You get what I'm saying? Oh, I feel like I'm thrilled enough. Got married before I turned 26, which is good. No, not yet. My husband and I were working on it. Yeah. We both can't wait for that though. Like, we're so excited about that. When that time comes, because like that's a job like within itself. I think my makeup is probably like waterproof or something. Yeah, I hope so. That'll be nice. You know, it's just like the money. to provide, like you want to be able to provide for your children. Nobody wants to have children and knowing that they can't provide. Like what? That's wow, you know? Everyone wants to be able to provide for their children. And that's a fact. If they're not struggling with any kind of mental issue and they have a heart, even people with mental issues, if they have a heart, no one wants to know that they have children and they can't be able to provide. Like that's just heartbreaking. Like mega rich. I mean, that'll be nice, but I don't, like I was saying earlier, I would hate to put my, like, I don't want to choose between money and joy. I want to be able to be happy and have money, but that might sound like the perfect life to some people. You get what I'm saying? And nothing in life is perfect. But I don't want that to happen where I'm like so unhappy, because what sense does it make to have all that money then? And you're just so unhappy, and no matter what you do, it's like this void that you can't fill. Mega rich. I want to be able to know that if I'm making that money, that I'm taking out smiles on my face. I still want to feel like, and all that. I'm not saying I prefer to be poor, but I mean, I'm not rich right now. Not super duper rich right now. Like, I still want to be able to feel. Some people are just cold. Like, once they get to that point, they are cold. Like, they're either numb or some shit. Like, something kind of just happens to them. At least now, like, I can still be able to feel. Like, you see me just crying, right? Well, I think my makeup is waterproof, which makes me want to use this foundation more because it's giving. Yeah. Yeah. And some people, they gotta be cold to get on top. It depends on like how they do it, but sometimes how their life is that they had to be that way to get, you know, or else they would have never been in that spot. Everyone's life is different still, so they would never been in that spot. Sometimes you gotta be a cold as mother. You gotta be cold as ice. You gotta be cold. You can't feel nothing. Like, you know how you be seeing some of them women walking in them tall ass heels, them high heels, and like it's nothing to them. Like, you ask them like, do your feet hurt, or you like wonder if their feet hurt, and they feel nothing. Like, they're numb. It's kind of like that. Some people are just numb. They can't feel. They can't. It's not a nice world. You can't be. Absolutely not. People will take They will take you being kind-hearted for weakness, or like they'll prey on that. They'll they'll take any kind of vulnerability that they see you. They'll take it as something to use against you in this world. Like, some people are cut. This world is not nice. Come on now. And that's just on that. It's not a nice world. I mean, be mindful that like there's people out there that they'll rather money over friendship, or like that shit don't mean nothing to them. Friend who? You get yourself in trouble, you in that shit by yourself. They ain't even You in that, but you can't. No, for real. No, for real. Like, and that's just that. That's just that. That's tea. That's just that. And you got some people that hire that they get. It's like the more shit just motherfucking happens. It's like the more they're no longer themselves. You get what I'm saying? And I kind of feel bad seeing that because there is people that I don't talk to now that previously I would talk to, and it's maybe because they did something to me. How I'm the reason why me and some people that I used to talk to don't talk no more is because we're not on the same page. We're not in sync. And I want to be able to know that like I'm in sync with the people that's around me. I don't want nobody to feel like I don't want nobody to disregard my feelings. Cause once I'm in a relationship with somebody, we have a relationship, and it don't have to be a romantic relationship. It can be a mother and daughter relationship. It can be a father relationship. Once we have a relationship, emotions are gonna be involved, and I want to be able to know that my feelings is not gonna be disregarded. I don't want to go to somebody and say, "Oh, just like what the fuck is you talking about?" Or like I want somebody that's gonna keep it G, keep it real. If you're not gonna keep it real with me, what is the purpose of you being in my life? Talk to you, because I refuse to be that person that people claim is crazy. I refuse to be the person that looks crazy. Basically, you get what I'm saying?